National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Baltimore Ravens. To the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Let's go now.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now they've changed things around before the snap. Again, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Leonard. He's going to launch this thing right on the field. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This pass out wide the hole. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
Here we go. Hurt, hurt. Warriors, 70.
He'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
70. Go.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. Call it a gain of a yard. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Like it, Cowboys. 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Move.
Ball again. And he'll get up near the 45 at the 44. Now we're a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Dragon 60. Go street. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
And now they'll shift things around. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bass. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Rig alert, Rig, 70 Lions. 60 Hurt. 19 Lions.
They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Get it. 77. Cut it. 70. Go.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Might have got this one down to the 28, and that's all. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
That is 3, 19, 18.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Check, Check the Eagles. 18, Pioneer.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And check down, complete to Hall. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
4th down and 1.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They'll go for it. It's Hall. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a 1st down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the official.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Hold it ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
65. Let's go. Cougar 19. Rig alert. Panther 11. Ready.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
60.
Now back to throw. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And his kick here is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you certainly get them guessing now. 2nd and short, going to just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. Go.
They run once more with Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a cover. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Okay, ready?
Here's 2nd and 7.
Go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go 6. Hurt.
Looking to throw. Leonard. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up in positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Panther 60, Panther 3. Check smash. 18 Cardinals. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Nice little juke. And now running right through it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's working relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Mason going to get it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Rig.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield, but he's playing run all the way here.
19 Tiger, 19, trap 60. 60 Bobcat. Warriors 70. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. From the left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Ready. Rams all 80. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 70 Timberwolves, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Back to throw. Leonard. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. With these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's...
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That's good for 28 yards.
44-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Ready.
On first down, here's Judkins. 20! And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 44 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries in the ball game. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
70 Timberwolves.
And now an audible here into something else. They'll run with Hall. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Second and goal from the 1.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Bronco.
Judkins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make them walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Three. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Off the play fake. Leonard. And a throw right sideline is complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Fix the Eagles. Go.
Off play action. Leonard. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him 30 yards there. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Cowboy 80.
Taylor. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship, 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Gotta be lying. Dragon 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Leonard. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
18. Go street. Panther 11. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
2nd and 13. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Warrior 70. Go.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Ware. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. Check smash, check smash. Ready.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bush. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that pretty good for 30 and a first?
60 Eagles. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 11. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
60, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And Arnold here to get a new look.
19 tight, 19 tight. 50 Bobcat, 50 Bobcat.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41. Second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go.
Brings up third and 1.
They'll run with Hall. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Go! 70 Timberwolves. Check smash. Check smash.
A give up the middle. Judkins. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
18, 70 Rangers, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks, 79 Broncos.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Paul want to give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Bass. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hot 70, hot 70.
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Cougar 19, go.
They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
65, 60. Let's go now. Ready.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You can give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now they'll audible to something else.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 3. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready, ready?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Tyler Loop now to try the field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here. But I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Tyler Luke to kick off.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to...
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Colts 10.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 70
On the draw, it's Hall. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know If they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter. This possession, gigantic.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Back to throw. Leonard. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Pass caught right side by Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And the Colts first down.
Looking to throw. Leonard. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Mike Green. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun. Leonard. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Let's go. 19 target, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the gun on 3rd down. Leonard. A dump off from Mason. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 24-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
First down.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the 2nd half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
Get it. 60 Vikings, 60. Go street. Hurt. Hurt, hurt. Ready.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. Down the numbers. There he goes. Breece Hall. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Breece Hall, 65 yards. And the Ravens are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll change things up. Throwing to start the drive. Leonard. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they have.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
70 Timberwolves.
He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
On for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to cut from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Cup 19, Cup 19, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Packers 50, Packers 50.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And they take a knee.
Ready, ready.